I'm going to start with some brief highlights of the last year, or as far as we've gone in the last year, before we have a report at much more length from Gerhard. It's been an eventful year, as you all know. We've been very active on multiple fronts. Since the last General Assembly, which was in December 2014, the Board of Directors has met 3 times, in February, June, and November. And I think in each meeting we've been pleased to see the concrete progress being made in terms of a number of things. First, new members joining. Second, the development of new member activities and benefits, with the particular emphasis this year on live online events for peer exchange, for learning, discussion, and consultation. The ongoing growth of PHAP's already well-known and respected professional development program on humanitarian law and policy. Increasing participation in key events and policy discussions in the sector, and playing a convening role with an emphasis on issues of particular concern to the PHAP membership. Among those are the enhancing respect for international humanitarian law, strengthening the understanding and respect for humanitarian principles, enhancing the effectiveness of humanitarian efforts in light of complex and changing contexts in both global and local levels, and the safety, security, and well-being of humanitarian staff and volunteers. We've also been increasing and diversifying our revenue streams and enhancing the capacity of the Secretariat, and launching selected donor-supported projects that are in line with the Association's mission. Among these are the new initiative to be publicly launched in 2016 to help enhance the effectiveness and relevance of humanitarian Geneva, with respect to humanitarian work on the ground in crisis situations around the world. And this is funded by the Swiss Federal Development of Foreign Affairs. And those of you who've been at the board meetings have followed the progress of getting this accepted. With support to the World Humanitarian Summit process through a series of 5 online consultation and discussion events, nearly 30 events over the past year and a half, thanks to all of you who were involved in that from here, Marcus especially, with thousands of people participating, funded in large part by the government of Germany. In addition to this extensive series of online consultation events, PHAP has engaged with the WHS process in other ways. For example, PHAP was invited to be represented at the Global Consultation in Geneva in October this year, and Executive Director Angela Lang was asked to chair the panel discussion on ethics in humanitarian action. Thank you, Angela. Looking ahead to the summit in Istanbul, PHAP will continue to follow the tracks of particular interest to its membership, providing a platform for further discussion when needed. The board will take the occasion of an upcoming strategic retreat in early February 2016 to analyze the state of the summit process in relation to the needs and interests of the PHAP membership and broader practitioner community, and prepare for the participation in Istanbul. Otherwise, specifically on the governance front, in February, the board formally appointed Natasha Hreko as treasurer, following her election to the board in the last meeting of the General Assembly. The board also reviewed the first phase of work of the governance task force, looking at ways to increase the participation among members in the activities and governance of the association in light of the impressive growth of the membership in recent years. Key principles highlighted by the task force include the need to ensure a certain level of stability, clarity in terms of roles, responsibilities, and accountability, inclusiveness, efficiency, both in terms of time and meeting costs, and a long-term view to develop the capacity of the association's governance. This effort will continue in 2016, looking into concrete options for adjusting the governance structure in consultation with appropriate legal experts. Finally, I'm sure you're glad to hear that, finally, as many of you are already aware, the board has decided to embark on a significant strategic review and planning process with the support of an external consulting firm. The firm, the Association Laboratory, is currently conducting a research phase with the aim of analyzing the diversity of the current and potential membership of PHAP, the environments in which they and their organizations operate, their goals, their specific challenges and needs, and how PHAP can best support them, and how the association can draw on its members as a resource to achieve this aim. The mission of the PHAP membership is to enhance the capacity of the humanitarian sector to respond effectively and responsibly to current and future crises, both by developing their own capacity and by supporting others in this effort through a variety of means. The research began with the qualitative phase, in which a diverse sample of PHAP members was asked to respond to a series of open questions. The results have been analyzed and are now being used as the basis for a large-scale survey to be sent to the entire PHAP membership and all other relevant contacts of the association in early January. And the results of this research will inform a strategic planning retreat to be held, as we said, in February 2016. Following further consultation and elaboration, the resulting strategy will be presented for adoption in the next annual general meeting to be held in April 2016. This is an important time in the development of our association, and the other board members and I are counting on all members to take an active part in this process. Please do watch for the upcoming survey to be launched in the first week of January. Take the time to complete it. It's easy to do. And also send it to other relevant colleagues in the sector so that we achieve the widest possible reach. It's important and good. Please do.